Hello and happy Sunday, everyone. Just on my way to church right now, but wanted to kind of get out and discuss a little World Series. This has been, just simply a fantastic World Series so far. If you follow baseball, you can you looked at the matchups that were out there. That could have been the possibilities once it came to the league championship series, and it was plain to see that the best World Series matchup was going to just plain and simply be the Dodgers and the Astros. Both teams with their pitching and offense, it was just it was an absolute no-brainer for this to happen. And once the stars aligned and the Astros knocked off the Yankees in the 7 games, it was just one of those situations where you sat back and buckled your seatbelt and watched a really good World Series, and that's what we've seen so far through the first 4. There were times last night where we expected the Astros to come through with the hit. You get the big home run from Springer to stop the no-hitter from Rich Hill, and it was just what more can you say? It was just a great game. It's been like that this entire World Series has been fantastic. You had Game 1 with an incredible pitching matchup with Clayton Kershaw and Dallas Keuchel, which you're going to see that rematch tonight. So you know what you're going to get from that matchup. Kershaw, he was simply spectacular in Game 1 to get 11 strikeouts. Clayton Kershaw was Clayton Kershaw, and that showed why he's definitely one of the best pitchers on the planet. And Keuchel showed why he's definitely one of the top as well. Game 2, Justin Verlander was magnificent, and he was able to overcome he had a couple bad breaks, had a couple hits that he gave up, and they were almost cost his team. Gave up a couple home runs. It's going to happen, and but good on him though, because Verlander showed again why he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. He came out and was simply fantastic. We'll see Verlander in Game 6. So like I said, this has been just a great World Series, and it was crucial for the Astros to sneak one out. And you see just the play that we're getting. It's just, there's nothing more you can really say. It's just, you just sit back and go, wow. And if you're a baseball fan, this is exactly what you want. You want a World Series that is this good, and we're definitely being treated to it. If all World Series can be this great, we'd all be really lucky as baseball fans. But you could tell the writing was on the wall how good of a series this was going to be, and it has not disappointed. So through the first 4, we're tied 2-2. Going into Game 5 tonight, again, it's the pitching matchup of Clayton Kershaw and Dallas Keuchel. So you're going to get, obviously, like I said, a fantastic game again, just like we've seen. It's crucial now for the Astros. Their bullpen has really struggled. They just cannot. They can't seem to close it out. So, they really got to step it up. It was the Astros today, or last night, who, they pushed it really to today and really, kept the pressure off of them by really going out and hitting the Astros bullpen hard. And they took it to them and rightfully got got the victory in Game 4. So, it's going to be interesting tonight to see what we're going to see. Hopefully, both pitchers can be as You know, both pitchers are going to be aggressive. It's just going to be a matter of, you know, keeping the ball down, and you know, the ball's not going to carry like it was. It hasn't carried like it was in Los Angeles. So, you know, got to keep the ball down, obviously. And Keuchel, I saw a quote from him where he stated that, you know, every time the ball gets hit in the air, he assumes that it's a home run. So he does what he can to keep the ball down low, make sure, you know, it's not, obviously it doesn't get out, and they just hit ground balls. So that's what Keuchel's really good at. You know, can he keep the ball low and let them drive the ball into the ground? So again, this has been a really good series. So, you know, it's going to be another good one tonight. But, you know, if you're a baseball fan, like I said, sit back and enjoy, because what we're getting is nothing short of awesome. So, as for college football, obviously the premier matchup of the schedule yesterday, and I would say even on the schedule totally, was the matchup in Columbus. Second-ranked Penn State on the road at the Shoe, taking on the 6th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. Started off Saquon Barkley, who I still, you know, regardless of what happened yesterday, I still think is the best player in the country. Granted, he was held to relatively nothing, and but regardless, he takes the opening kickoff 96 yards to the house, and again highlighting the woes of the Ohio State Buckeyes and their special teams. They just, you know, special teams is very special, so they obviously got to shore that up. But, you know, after that, they really took, you know, Penn State and Chase McSorley. They seemed to, you know, really kick it up a gear, and they were able to, you know, force a turnover, get the ball back and you know, deep in Ohio State territory. Therefore, and you know, they were able to punch it in again. So you had Ohio State, you know, down as many as 15 points in this game. It was just, I mean, it was incredible. And the game goes to halftime. You know, Penn State kind of played Bengal-like football by not really pushing the envelope. And, you know, when you had Ohio State dead to rights, I think a score here or there, and, you know, you really had them down going into the half, and they just couldn't get it done. And, you know, it ended up coming back and cost them the game and biting them pretty good. Ohio State comes out in the second half, and that's where, I mean, JT Barrett was, wow. I mean, JT Barrett was incredible. He definitely thrust himself into the Heisman race. I've had him, I'm trying to think I think I had him one week maybe in our Heisman, you know, in our Heisman 5. I think I had him one week, maybe two. Obviously, there were a couple weeks I couldn't get posted just because I didn't have the time to get the article out there. But, you know, with the article being almost done, I'm pretty sure I had Barrett maybe once or twice on there. But now the way with his play yesterday, it was nothing short of fantastic. So, you know, with JT Barrett playing as well as he did, you know, he's going to be right in that, you know, he's going to be right in the Heisman race as well with that performance, because it was incredible. JT Barrett was just like magisterial, as Ray Hudson would say, in the second half there. I mean, the throws he was making, you know, laying the ball right in there for his receivers to make the plays. It was just fantastic. And Ohio State really, the defense stepped up, shut down Saquon Barkley. I believe they stopped him for a loss. I think it was on 9 of his carries. They did a great job of honing in and shutting him down. And, you got to give props to Greg Schiano, a guy that I look at and I don't like him. I didn't like him when he was at Rutgers. I didn't like him when he was with Tampa Bay. I just don't like Greg Schiano, but he did a damn good job in getting his defense ready for, like I said, what I believe is the best player in the country, and shut him down. Not with relative ease, because he did make a few plays here and there, but overall, a really good job of shutting him down and even slowing him down too on a lot of the plays. He could not just. He couldn't get away from guys in the backfield. When he did, he was slowed down, so therefore it was just easier to gang tackle like you would expect. And with Ohio State, their defense, like I said, it fed into the offense and JT Barrett, and their entire play was contagious, and it showed why. As they drove down the field, and you could feel the momentum was gone for Penn State. They just midway through, hell, even in the fourth quarter, you can kind of feel that this game was over. It was just, even though Penn State was in the lead, Ohio State would come back, score, close the gap. Penn State would still, expand it out. I think the key moment was when Ohio State forced Penn State for that field goal. When they had the ball first and goal and couldn't get anything done, the defense stepped up. That right there, that I think kind of really put the nail in the coffin for the Penn State, team, just not to get this victory. So, with that being the case, like I said, props on Ohio State for doing a great job of getting this hard-fought victory. They beat a really good Penn State team, and it was nothing short of spectacular. So good on them. It's going to be interesting now. The playoff picture is going to be a lot of fun to watch and see how it plays out. Just simply because of the teams and where they're all lined up. This obviously will put Ohio State right back in the picture. So we're going to see exactly how everything does continue to play out next week. We got a huge matchup, the Bedlam game, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma. That's Oklahoma State continues to get the job done. They were on the road late yesterday against West Virginia and pulled it out. So there's still a lot of football to be played. I know it's the season's quickly wrapping up, sadly, but with that being the case, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch it all play out. So, as always, check out feeltheimpactsports.com and enjoy your Sunday. I'm a little tired. If you're a fight fan, we got UFC 217 coming up next weekend, so I'm hoping to get something out on the site for that. If not, doing a video preview or a podcast with hoping to try and get Jen lined up, get Jen back on the podcast again, and get that going for the huge UFC 217 with Michael Bisping and GSP. So watch for that. Also, my Bengals recap for today's game against the Colts. That should be up hopefully later tonight. Other than that, as always, check me out on Twitter at I am Chris Asbrock, at feeltheimpactsports.com. And again, thank you guys so much, and have yourselves a fantastic Sunday.